All right, everybody. Gabe Jenkins back with you. CCA coming to you from the CCA College and Career Accelerator, accelerating your future. We are here looking at part number 18, SolidWorks assignment number 18. You will notice that there's a couple of other things attached to this assignment. One, there's a video that just like quickly walks you through how to make a spiral or a helix along any shape that you want to do, which is going to be super important as we think about how do we make these or all of these up here, the threads or the knurling up here at the top. There's another video where I just kind of like walk through a little bit about what some of the conventions are for threads in terms of threads per inch, in terms of pitch, or the diameter of the screw, the bolt, etc. So those videos are there as well. You'll also notice that there is a separate video that walks you through how to create the exact pattern of like the exact cutout shape for threads. Like basically threads are a spiral with a swept cut, right? It's like you take the spiral, then you make a little V-shaped cut, and you have that V-shaped cut follow along, sweep out the same path as the spiral, and that's going to end up with the threads. Okay, so that's the basic process, but you'll see those other videos should be helpful as you work your way through this. I want to just like quickly show you the order, the sequence that I did things in. This is obviously my finished product here. I don't need to show you that stuff. I started off with the first few steps just to extrude the basic bolt shape, and that was easy enough. Then I did a chamfer to get rid of that part down there. All right, next. Next thing I did was I made a little spiral shape, right? And so if I just kind of hover over this, you can see I have a spiral that starts down here along this circle. Move myself out of the way. There's a little, I made my spiral start here, my helix start here, and sweep up along the shape. And so boom, I made it go. My exact specifications were 1 inch pitch, and I had to go 20.5 revolutions. So this is, you know, in the video before, I was talking about, you know, how do you want to do your settings? You can either pitch in revolutions or height in revolutions or height and pitch, however you wanted to do it. In this one, I wanted to go 20.5 revolutions around. That got me close to the top up here. And I wanted to do 1 millimeter per, 1 millimeter pitch, so 1 millimeter for each thread, because that's what it told me to do over here on the reference diagram. So cool. So I made the helix. Boom, you can see it, and there it is. The next thing I did was I cut out a shape along there, right? I took the little swept cut, and I made a sketch along, just like in the video that's attached. I made a little, I'm going to zoom in here real quick so you can see what my little V-shaped cut looked like. So I took this V-shaped cut and spun it all the way around, all the way, it's swept cut all along that helix right there. So that's how I got that. Okay, so you can see that V-shaped cut was here, and then it just spun all the way around. All right. Next thing I did was I made the spiral up here at the top. I don't know if we can see it or not. There it is. Zoom in a little bit. So if I hover over here, so there's a little spiral here, and it's not very big, but it only goes around maybe like partially, right? It only goes around part of the way. It goes maybe 1/5, I don't know. There's no specifications about what your knurling has to look like. But so I made a helix that went around just a little bit, and then I made a little cut sweep. So I cut a little shape out along here, just like I did in the other video. I made a different helix that started at the same starting point. You'll see it's orange here, but it goes the other direction. So instead of going clockwise, this one goes counterclockwise, or vice versa. I can't remember which way I did. So I did another helix, another cut sweep, and then I made an axis right down along the center line here. There's my axis that goes all the way along the center of the bolt. And then lastly, I did a circular pattern that replicated both of those shapes all around the perimeter of this thing right here. So that is it's taken a while to figure out. The processing required to do this is kind of significantly, it's a lot. And so if it takes your computer a while to figure it out, it's because the processing required to do, like, you know, whatever it is, 100 swept cuts all at the same time to produce this knurling pattern. It's a lot for the computer to think about. So that's basically the process, and you end up with your little threaded bolt just like in the reference diagram. So I hope I hope the process makes sense to you as a step-by-step method of creating both the threads by making a helix first, then a swept cut, and then making the knurling, but making one swept cut along a very short, very short helix, making a mirror copy of it, counterclockwise versus clockwise, and then just making a circular pattern of the whole thing. That's how the process went. All right, everybody, good luck with it. Hope you're successful.